I was asked one time to give a presentation to several other faculty at the college, and the topic was going to be creativity and writing in the classroom. So I put together the presentation, and in that presentation, I included some information about how important it was to be creative in the classroom and about writing. I was giving a presentation to writing instructors, to communication instructors, to journalism instructors. I did not do my audience analysis. I did not pay attention to the fact that these were people who were already passionate about classrooms, about writing, about creativity. We're talking today about audience analysis and a way to do it so that you are not like me and caught off guard when everybody in the audience is just staring at you blankly because you're talking about things that they 100% already know. So there's two primary things we're going to talk about: the importance of audience analysis and an easy way to do it. I've already sort of mentioned, why it's important to do it so that you don't have a bunch of people just staring at you thinking, yeah, we already know this. So the question to ask when you're about to give a presentation in a class, for example, is what do you already know about your audience? What do you know about them? Start with that very foundation. One of the warnings in at least two textbooks about audience analysis involves stereotyping. That when you are performing your audience analysis and you realize that there's certain commonalities across the audience, that does not mean that whatever assumptions you might have, whatever those exaggerated or oversimplified generalizations you might have, should not be then describing that particular group. And I'll talk here in a moment about points during your audience analysis that stereotypes might come up. So I have been using this particular method of audience analysis now for several years. I actually found this on the website of a public speaking consultant named Lenny Laskowski 10, 15 years ago, something like that. And this is truly the method I use for any of the presentations I give, whether they're in a classroom at a college, or I'm at a conference, or I'm speaking to various various groups with certain interests. And the audience analysis is an acronym, AUDIENCE. So the first two letters, analysis and understanding. Analysis is that general idea of who are these people? How many of them are there? So for example, if I'm asked to give a presentation about creativity and writing, I'm like, okay, well, who are these people? Where do you want me to be speaking? How many people are going to be there? One time I thought that I was going to be speaking to a room, like a classroom size of 25 people, and it turned out to be like a full-on theater, like where they give, where there's plays and musicals of 200 people. So that's analysis. Understanding, how much knowledge does that audience already have of the subject you're going to be discussing? So you might remember on the first or second day of classes, I asked you to fill out an information form. So that is part of my audience analysis of how much do you already understand about communication, about writing, about the topics we're going to be discussing in class. If you're going to give a presentation about your favorite topic, let's say it's anime, and nobody in the audience has any idea what anime is, then you know that the information you're providing needs to just be that foundation. Huge fans of anime? Great. Then you can look for something a little more obscure, but you need to know what's the knowledge level of that subject among your audience members. D&I, demographics. What's the age of your audience, education level, sex, gender, how do they identify? This is one of those areas where you have to be really careful when you're performing your audience analysis. So I already mentioned be careful of stereotyping. If you are asked to give a presentation or you have decided to give a presentation